Hello everyone. Sorry for the delay. I was doing today a bit later the streaming. I didn't have time this morning, so I'm just changing. Also, there is someone that I would like to be on this streaming, and he's just trying to be later. So I hope that this guy can enjoy it later. So what I'm doing today is working on level design. So I will add a few things in the map. I was just also increasing the size of the map. I didn't have time to complete the new part, but what we want to do today is adding this white side cross that I was doing this week, and I was adding one close to this path, this trail, small trail, and this is not finished also, so maybe I will just finish this one and I will add a new one, new white side on cross on the map also, maybe a couple of them, and they should be out of the map. So one thing that I was just adding already was here on this small area for this trail. This is something that I need to continue here, so I didn't finish this small path, but should be. So this is one of the things that I want to do, is just continuing with this path today. And also I would like to put this cross in another place so it's interactive, so the player can pray here and then increase this religion state index that I have. So what I'm planning to do is add a few of them, or at least two of them in the town. So the first thing is thinking about where to put them. This is one of the places, so maybe here or around this area I would like to put one, maybe this part, but then I need to redo this small part because being a bit far is already too much. So this is one of the places I would like to have, and maybe I would like to put another one on this way. So I don't know, also maybe close to this one, or something even far like that, close to the to this bridge. I'm not sure yet which one, but I think the first one I will do, which is much clearer, this area. So I need to find a place to put this cross here. I don't know where, but this area around. There's a place for leaving the town and then being not so far. So this is one of the places I want to put one of these crosses. And where do I have them? It's just a blueprint, interactive, and this is the cross. So this is the one that I'm trying to add to this part of the map. Sorry, it's not clear where to put this one. Here maybe, but then it's just in the middle should be, because I don't have much space here. I mean the side of the river is already busy, so there's no way to paint here or increasing this area, and the only one is being here, but I don't have much space. Of course I can just remove all those things, and I was thinking that maybe removing all those stones here and creating like small part or a small thing here that you can be covering with that, and then delete them. So this is one of the options, but of course I'm trying to not to delete what I did already. So for that it's maybe, I don't know, maybe something like that here. I'm not sure which one should be the best place to do that, but I want this crosses being out of the town, small out, so not this one, not that one. Or thinking about being here. I really don't know where to put this. This is not so big, so we don't really need a lot of space, but at least some clear area. What about here? If we are of course deleting this grass around, well, maybe a couple of stones here deleting, and let's try to move first those stones. So for that what we need is this small rock, and well, it's just selecting manually, so should be single instance, and this is the one that's here. Okay, Try to select the another one also, but since not. Okay, oops. Okay, and I would like to move them. It's always happening, and if I'm just trying to do this real time during the streaming, it's really laggy and it's really hard to do that. It's almost impossible to do that. And also this one. It's not working. Okay. And what we need to do now is just delete this grass. So this is not single instance anymore. Okay, I will delete them. But in that case, we are here. I'm just painting a bit on the ground. Should be fine. There's nothing more. Okay, so we'll just paint here, maybe single instant, current level. It's quite small. Okay. And we need to paint also the background. So the ground here, painting. So first thing will be wait, that's too small. And then okay, this is too much. Okay. Let's come here. Oscar. Que te llamas. Yo pensé que ya era follower, ¿no eres follower? Pensé que sí. Ha hecho un hosting. Hello. I was just explaining that you are already a follower, and I have seen that this is hosting and not follower. Pues muy bien, muchas gracias, porque creo que estoy solo. Creo que no había nadie ahora mismo. So what I'm doing today, I'm trying to do is just a few level design and adding this white side cross that I was doing this week, and I want to add to the level a few more instances, so you have some places to pray. So this is interactive cross, and this is just managing the index religion that I was just the player state. Let me show you how it works. Okay. So you can just pray here as an action. And then your religion index here is improving. So I have this one that I was creating right now. I'm planning to add another one in the other side of the town. And I have also here one of them just in front that I was adding this week. Cross the river. Yes, we can cross the river. And we have here another one that I was just working this week. So, because this way, this path is just going to be continuing that I will do today probably. So this way, creating a path to this area that I'm planning to put there some main gameplay also. So it's something that I had not finished, and another place that I'm planning to be adding this white side cross is of course the opposite way of the town. So this is one of them that I have been adding here already, and I'm trying to find the place where to add a new one here. So not sure if just removing, because I don't want to remove the thing that I have already, so I don't want to delete what I did in the past. So I'm just trying to find right place to add this one. This is just missing because it's just for testing at the moment, and I'm thinking to do maybe in this area, but not sure, which is already fine, and I'm not planning to do that. So I need to find a place to add this one, this new cross on this part of the town. Maybe here, it's really not so big, so maybe this area could be enough, not sure. If you have any question or want to see any other part of the game or the map, just let me know. Si tienes problemas con el inglés me lo dices y lo digo en español si lo prefieres, ¿eh? Si es algo que quieres preguntar o ver cualquier cosa me lo dices. Pre this level. So I will delete a bit of this area, maybe we'll move something like that, and then rotating a bit. Perfect. But if you have any question or want to see any other things, just let me know. That's not a problem. If not, I'm just keeping working. Okay. Okay, this one. Hello. What's happening? This is being selected. Okay. And the next thing is just painting the ground to be something more according to this. First thing will be this smooth. Smooth wet, close to the river. And we could even try to add, I don't know, some props here. I don't know which one. This is too dark. I don't have this one. I'm not using this Streamlabs at all. I've just a bot that is done in Java. This is Phantom bot, so I'm just running this one. There is no this. Also, I'm not allowing to play music because I'm putting later those videos on YouTube, and if you play any music, you have a problem. So just to avoid, and also because I'm just talking during the videos, if I'm just having any music and they're just removing, and then I'm losing my my voice. So that's why it's almost impossible to play any music. And the music that you are listening is this is zero music from one guy that is playing, as not really a group or something like that. So even like that, I sometimes have a problem with the same music. I need to remove like 5 minutes for some reason, and every time they are matching with completely different things. For example, as you are listening this music, that sometimes they say like it's classical music, sometimes it's just rock, sometimes they are matching with I don't know, this cumbia or things like that. So it's really stupid. So if I'm having problems with the same song for a few times, I'm just removing from my playlist. But anyway, even like that, I have problems all the time with YouTube. So that's why you can almost not play music. If you are playing music here in Twitch, that you have also this music for Twitch, it's not working on YouTube, so that's impossible. There's no way to put music. Or like they are doing, if you are not planning to put a video later on YouTube, that's fine. But even like that, Twitch is just removing your sound. If you check my videos on Twitch, you can see that they remove the audio of my videos. So yeah, it's hard. It's just hard. Okay. You cannot see much. Anyway, it's here. Change the time of the day. I will just change on here. Ok. Buen provecho. Gracias por venir y por el hosting. Nos vemos. Okay, so we have already 2 of them in the town, and I will leave as it is those small crosses here. This will need to be rotating maybe a bit. The next thing that I'm doing is just continue working on this path here. So I need to delete and think also about how it's going, because I have a problem with another part, that the terrain, the landscape have not enough detail on the vertices to have like nice paths. So for that I need to think about how to manage this one that is going not so much with this angle here. So that could be a problem. Trying to do a nice path, so I need to be like not much degrees, maybe things like that here, and then just going like that, not sure, or going on this way. I need to find a way that is easier to go, maybe this, just going in front. So yeah, could be matches to the path that way. So let's delete. First I will just hide the trees, just starving. So the next thing is just deleting grass to make the path. So for that, I have selected everything that I need, maybe this one also, and this one. So what we need to do is selecting, this is really small. We need to be also closer, otherwise you are just selecting the different lots for that, and you cannot see very well. And also this, I want to select all of them also. So let's say we go this way. And then we will try maybe something like that. And just trying to do some more interesting path and not just being completely plain or going directly to the place that needs to be, but something like curve here, and this is the area that I would like, or I was just planning to be here. So let's do something like that and removing a few of them. Of course I'm missing still the building that I'm planning to put here, not sure yet which one or where, but this one could be the way to go for the path, and we can just do a bit better later. Maybe the next thing that we need to do is just sculpting, try to be plain. So this flatten should be working. I hope this is just working a bit, and we can use later this smooth. But the first thing we need to create something that is more or less plain. And I hope that this smooth is helping later. So we can try to do a like small curve here to have a bit less of this pending. This way. I think we need to use this sculpt to reduce. And this is going very bad here. Let's try to fill this. And let me see how it's working, this smooth. I need to be something bigger. With this color it's not so easy to see, so what I'm doing is painting this one to see better where the path is going. And we can paint a bit later, a bit better, because just like this path, but looks fine. Okay, just painting, of course, is having this problem with landscape painting, texturing, and also calculating the navigation mess. I don't know why, because I say many times that trying to configure that is not calculating every single time, but anyway, it's just ignoring and calculating every time that I even just hiding here, hiding a few levels. It's just recalculating every time. Okay, so next thing is painting something more interesting and will be smaller. This is too much, but we can do like that, something wet. Oops, I see what the problem is. I thought this is just being too much. I see, oops, not this one. Okay, and not this one, and something there. It seems to me that this is not playing, or yeah, it's quite bad. Okay, let's try again this smooth, or maybe stronger. I think we need sculpt again. Try to reduce this one, and then smooth should help. But this is not really helping a lot. I don't know why. Let's see bigger. I will remove all those grass, at least at the moment. It's just being really weird. We can paint later. But yeah, it's going bad. We have a hole here, that's the reason. Okay. Just let me see how the terrain is going. I see. So here is also not smooth. Let's see again. That's fine. Right here. Again. The thing is, I cannot apply this smooth at the same time if I'm not seeing the grass, because it's not adjusting this grass to the real terrain otherwise. That's why I'm doing all the time, showing hiding. Okay. Of course, it's just kind of trail path on the nature and just in the small hill, so I'm not planning to be completely playing, but yeah, at least something. Okay, what about this part? This is more or less fine except this small one. Okay, looks already fine, I think. We can just try to walk on the path to see if something strange. So let's walk. Yeah, we can remove some grass that is here not doing well. And for example, here you see something strange. Also, this one is too much, so we need to do smaller. This part is fine, and that's all. So the only thing that we need to do is remove a bit of the grass. Let me select here this one, for example. We can remove also this, of course this one. And what is the one that is just floating? Here. For that we need something bigger, but I'm afraid that we are selecting a lot of them. Okay. Perfect. We need to paint here, current level. Oops. Added also flowers, that's fine. But not this one. Let me remove the flowers, I don't want to have them. And in that case will be select. This is just removing. And there is here something painting again. Okay, finally, I hope that's fine now. Okay, painting without difference, because I don't like this one and I'm planning to remove later. Maybe just using another place, but not here. So hey, hello, long time ago. That looks nice. I was working a lot on it. Initially it was really bad. I was working on it a lot, and finally since looking fine, and also performance quite good. So I'm not working more on it, but I was just really spending a lot of time to have something nicer. Even if it's not much, it's just changing like the texture from some of them and will be fine. So at least it's working, good performance, and I can put a lot of them, because I was just also planning or testing on empty map with a lot of grass and trees and things like that, and works well. So after that I was thinking that maybe the plan that I have initially, just jumping from between towns and not having let's say everything connected and just doing kind of teleport from them. Now I'm thinking that maybe I could be connecting all the map all together and just put a few forests between them. I was also trying here, for example, you see a new part that I'm doing, it's not finished of course, but you see there's a lot of grass and performance is good, so I don't have any problem with that. And even like this, I have another one here, I don't remember where, just for testing. I think it's out of the map of course, and I think it's here, but I need to load this. Yeah, here. This is a lot of grass, as you see, and works well if we are just doing. Let's finish this. It's working well. It's a lot of grass to see, and also flowers, a lot of them, and this is working fine. The only bad thing still is about the trees there, but I'm planning to replace them, so I'm not working or spending time on them. But about the flowers, I have a lot of them and also looking fine. I just check, for example, for let's remove the trees so you can see better. No. Yes. Yeah, because they are all together here. I was just planning to remove the trees here, but it's not possible, so they are all together. Without trees, you can see, for example, here the grass is finishing with this cool distance, and you cannot see very well where they are starting, where the grass starts. So it's not really popping there. You see here, for example. But this is also about the time of the day. It's having different time of the day. This light is a bit different, and now, for example, you don't see well where the grass is just starting. you know. So it's working well. The thing is also that I don't have this texture. This is not the final texture, so I'm also not spending a lot of time on it because I'm planning to replace they later. But the thing is that I was adding on the shader also matching with the terrain. So when I have the last one, the final one, I will do that. I see here flying trees. Okay, let's single instance. Because I was just changing the terrain and it seems to me that some things have been broken. But that's not the problem. Oops, no. Just select. It's almost impossible to select the tree. Yeah. No. Maybe no. I cannot really select the trees. That's stupid. It's hard to manage this one, really. Select. Okay, finally. I'm not sure if I was just breaking something also. Anyway, the trees are just really placeholders at the moment. Not planning to keep them later. Yeah, I was just merging this terrain with a new one, and that's why I'm breaking all of them that are very close to this one. This one looks fine. Yes. So let's continue with this. I'm not sure you have been here for some time, or you even didn't just chat on the channel. Not sure you have been here, but if you have been out and you want to see something new, or just to know what is new from the last time, I was also updating this Discord channel. If you are there, you can also read and watch some of the pictures that I was just putting there. But anyways, if you have a question or you want to see something, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm just completing things that I have in the map. Well, initially I was just thinking to have like different towns, and this is like level. So you are here, if you are going for example to the point at the end of this path, let's say here, this is the end of the map, and then you have like question like, do you want to travel to another town, which one, or for example if this one is going to one town, so it's like you want to go there, yes, and then it's just fade out the screen, fade in, and you are already loading the new map, and that's all. So you are in the new small town, which is completely closed also, and this is the first plan that I had. The second option that I was just thinking about this is just making bigger, much bigger map, and put all the cities in this map. So even them, because I'm not planning to be like a few kilometers between them, like 500 meters or 1 kilometer is maximum that you can just travel from one town to another town just walking and not really spending a lot of time, and puts like that, puts just some nature or forest between the towns, and that's all. Let me show you what it have right now. Sky. Okay, so right now I was just doing this small part that was one town. I need more space because I need here a few things, so I was just expanding this small map because I was missing things that I know from since the first day that I'm missing a few things that I need to have, but I was just planning to expand later. So for some reason, just to keep what I'm doing, I was just keeping this small part here. But for example, now this path is going here because I want to put here also gameplay. So I was thinking that as the grass is fine and you can have like big parts of grass and it's not having a lot of problem with the performance, I was thinking like making a big map, bigger one, for example here, put a bit more, and then another town, and then 4 or 5 towns around, and even with a castle, things like that. So in one single map everything. Of course I can just cut down, and when you are crossing for example this hill and you cannot see the rest, unloading this town, and when you cross again back, loading this town, unloading the area that you have here. So it's just like on streaming, I can just load parts of the maps, so it's not a big problem. But giving the option to people just walking between towns and not just using this teleport or fast travel or things like that. So I was just thinking that giving the option to just really walk between towns, but of course not 64 kilometers square, but because look at this, for example, now this one, which seems big, this is 250 meters and 140 meters, this area. So creating like a 1 kilometer square should be 4 times larger than this one, and this is like 6 times more than this, which is a big area. Just 1 kilometer square is a big area that you can put like 3 towns. For example, you can walk from town to town, and the thing is, of course, just walking, and you spend, I don't know, 3 or 5 minutes from one town to another town, and this is kind of penalty. So in case that you want to go to another town for, I don't know, do something or business or any other thing, you have kind of penalty spending time from one point to another point. And this time, of course, you are spending not only time, but also, for example, hungry, and you are tired and things like that. So yeah, traveling should be kind of penalty, but you can do that. So you can just walk. And I was thinking just to make like 1 kilometer square, or even 2 kilometer square is more than enough to put there like 4 or 5 towns and a couple of castles, which is so close for a real world. But I mean, just that's the game, and planning to be real distance between towns could be boring just traveling. So that's why I was planning initially just teleport, and after that I was thinking that maybe I can connect all of them between, for example, hills. So in that way you are just crossing the hill and you cannot see the old town anymore, and you see only the new one. So I'm just loading, unloading parts of the map, but giving the option to travel, and you feel, of course, you feel that the map is all of them on already loaded, and you are just walking around, kind of open world from town to town. So that's the main idea. I was just thinking, and after a few tests that I was doing with performance, I see that it's going well, you know. Yeah, exactly. So if I'm doing a real game, or I say I'm being realistic, you need maybe a horse, and you need to take few hours or even days walking, you know, which is so boring. So what I'm thinking is, okay, put the towns not so far, and you spend, I don't know, 3-5 minutes walking, and not much between towns. And in the middle I can put just a house, or maybe you can do hunting, or you can just get the resource from the forest, things like that. That is not completely boring, nothing to do, but well, you have a few things to do like that. So this is one idea. For example, here you can put a house here with some gameplay, and you can go for paths to one place to another one, and you have small houses where to do, I don't know, even just resting or just selling on things. Okay, so this is the idea that I have, and I don't think it's a problem. Well, technically it's not a problem. I don't have any problem with performance at the moment. So yeah, I was just increasing the map a bit here. Still is closed, so you cannot go to this area, but planning to be something bigger and see what's going. I'll also remove this picture because it's just one picture. Remove this one and create real 3D messes for mountains, but just far mountains that you cannot ride there. So yeah, this is one of the ways that I was thinking. Connect everything, and you feel more freedom than just paying just small square per town. So this is something that maybe could be nice, or you feel like you are really traveling from or between towns. And yeah, the main problem was thinking about performance is so big, or for example big areas, but well, anyway, since fine. And also people that was just trying the game or the demo, you know, they were reporting really I don't know, 100, 150, even 200 frames per second, which is more than enough. So I mean, I have still margin to add a lot of things and still not being having problems with performance. And also, of course, you have this cool distance and things like that. So having like 3 kilometers grass is nothing, because and 300 meters is exactly the same. You are not painting everything. So yeah, so works good, and also the grass I was working improving, and it's working very well. And with all those flowers it's also working. So this is the one of the ideas that I have, is just expanding the map. But anyway, what I want to do is just finish this small area and put here all the gameplay and start here the story, so I can create a real demo, not just a technical demo for followers, but a real demo that maybe someone could try, or you know, people that is not following the development, they can feel like this is how the game will be, even being small, but not like right now that's just giving a few options to play with some mechanics, but it's not really part of the game or how the final game will be. So that's why I want to finish something that is more complete, like for example all those indices with religion, tiredness, hungry, and maybe thirst, I don't know. So a few things more. How to select this? Okay, select. So yeah, giving more options in this small map. Before I'm just expanding and creating new things. So I'm just trying to finish what we have right now, and continue later with this. Okay, here we can add, for example, flowers. Which one? Only this. Listing flowers here. Okay. That is a bit small. Yeah, they are here. I was introducing also more variation of flowers with the same mess and same shader, but more colors variation, things like that, to have more variations. Instead I have a lot of them, a lot more, but oops. I forgot about this. Yeah, this is should be like small part, having all the mechanics that you need to have there, and then just increasing or creating new places and things like that, but not having this one something in the middle and then create a new one that is not finished, and then a new area that is not finished, and you have nothing. So try to finish small part at the moment with all the mechanics and everything that you could be using in this small part, and having this feeling for the game. And later we can increase the map and create more things, but at least finish this town, which is missing still. I have already the bakery. What I'm missing is the manor house, small part where you can just be working on farms, communal farms, this area. Also the river, I need to finish a few things with the river, with the vegetation also, and the blacksmith. So they are the buildings that I'm missing at the moment, which is something kind of important, and you have their gameplay. So at least I would like to finish those buildings and the gameplay according to this one, and maybe start doing the story for this town, which is the first one. Also still I don't have the skill trees, completely nothing, so I need to create all of this, because I have the missions, that's fine, but not the skill trees. So I would like to create a lot of things like that, but still missing before I'm just moving to a new area, and will be everything not finished. So try to finish a few things. And for example, we're just trying to do this small demo, short demo. I need of course to work on the user interface to have most of the things doing with the sound, even not finished, but I was working in the sound, a lot of them also. So you are completing things just when you have like small, I don't know, deadline for a few things like that. So that's the same. Try to finish this one, or completely finish. Will be working a lot of different things in this area. A bit boring already, because I have been here for I don't know how many months in the same small area, but yeah. And now we can put something like that, but will be single instance. This one is red and you can see quite far. Oops. Okay. This is the only one. Okay. So that's why I don't want to put all of them all together with the rest of vegetation. You can see them very well from far distance. Let me remove this. And we can put also some fences here, maybe. So yeah, trying to do this technical demo was helping a lot to complete a lot of parts that are being really not finished. And even I was just keeping all the houses closed at the moment, so a lot of them they don't have, for example, furniture inside or few things. I have a couple of windows that are not working, but anyway, it's just closed. For example, the church is also not finished. You can walk around, but not inside. So there are some parts that are not finished inside. And for example, the water mill, you don't have also the crafting there at the moment. So yeah, I need to finish everything and not just trying to move to another part. And keep everything as it is. What more do I need? Fences. Messes, environment, and what do I have? This one. Because making the game is task for years and then need to be focused on what you are doing and try to finish something before you are just moving again to another area. Control W. And also you want to see things that are being finished, or at least you are having some progress. Everything being not finished, yeah, you don't feel so well. I cannot see with the grass. Okay, should be easier like that. And maybe here. Do we have another one that we could use this one for something? Just to put something different. Yeah, I need to create maybe a building here and all around like small place for farming, and of course wood around, boxes and things like that. But at the moment just working or fixed, focused on the path. And for that we can create also adding a few stones. For example, here it's supposed to be that this curve is made because you have here stone big one. So for that I need to be in this level, and then what I'm selecting is rock here. Let me read. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. It's just instead of just having everything in the middle of nowhere, just try to, okay. The art style, I was just really not thinking about this, but I mean it was just coming from time to time. So I was just creating something I don't like more or less. I was just changing and then creating new things and so on. So the main idea initially was like, okay, kind of realistic. It's fine. It's just a game, of course, but kind of realistic. And then after that I was just thinking that at that time everything need to be dirty, of course. They don't have water at home and things like that, so all the houses, for example, with the decals and things like that, most of the thing I was just checking about what they have. They are just wooden structure for everything. So the metal, let's say, that was expensive, everything metallic was expensive, so this is wooden around for almost everything that I was doing. So it's just wooden and something in the middle of the town. So for example, for the houses I was just checking what the real size at this time, which is around 13th century, so not so big. And also keeping in mind about, for example, that the roof need to be supported with this wooden structure, so you are not planning to do so big cities or so big houses or big streets, things like that. So we're just trying to keep this. And also was checking a lot on internet on older maps, especially with this Birmingham. I have found a lot of information about Birmingham, and I was just checking how the map was really done with the size of the houses and things like that. So that's a good reference. And after that, yeah, the art style is coming from all the assets that you are doing, you know. And after also it's just what is select, not select, it's just single instant here. And the game mechanics, I'm really thinking about all of them. I don't have all of them already done, so I'm not spending time writing this GDD document, and when I have completely everything, like hundreds of pages, then I'm starting doing the game. So I was just starting the game with the idea that I have in my mind, and just the mechanics are just coming from time to time, things that I'm missing, and that's fine. Also, just being or doing the game alone is not a company or things like that, so I'm not worried about the time to release this one, or if it's going slow or I need to redo things, you know. So just that's fine. Even not having the completely idea the first day is also fine, so it's not a big problem. And what we want to do is just delete a bit of the grass. So let me select here. No, not single instance of this area. Okay, maybe that. I need to select also those things here, small. So yeah, let's say that the game is going, and itself is just defining how to do things, how they look, and so on. And also keeping all of them, most of the same textures all the time, so you are forcing to be the same style, just like that. It's just fine. And then painting here, but something small and not single instant. No. This one will be hard to paint. Oops. No. This one will be difficult here with the stone. Okay, not much that we can do. Okay, let me just leave it at this. So yeah, reusing all the time the same texture, you have the same kind of style, and also it's working well with the same lining, because all of them are having the same textures and things like that. So just keeping not a lot of variation but the same one. And also I was working a lot that's you cannot maybe see this one, but I was just using the intensity and saturation of the colors, everything, all the texture. I was just unsaturating quite a lot, so in the end it's not so bright, for example. And also the sky I was doing like blue but not really blue, and most of the saturation is low, so yeah, it's working, everything not so bright, trying to be also realistic, otherwise it's too cartoonish. That's fine. But yeah, most of them are exactly the same texture, not much. That's why you can see matching more or less well between them. Yeah. Let's save. We are having already problems with the RAM here, so I'm not sure, maybe we need to restart the editor before it's just crashing everything. But let's keep working, just save from time to time. Okay, let's continue see how this is going. So I have this stone here, and supposed to be also this part that you have also stones. That's why you are just doing this curve. So for that I will create here another one, and this one here, and single instance in the level. Let's create something bigger. Oops, no, this. And we can rotate. Oops, no. I see. This is the one that I want. Not working well. This is happening also with the foliage, that you are just changing the angle and it's not keeping the angle for the object, but taking the one from the world. So if you are trying with the world, it's also, as you see, not working as expecting. This is the one that I was expecting, doing like that, and this one should be rotating not the same angle but another one. So it's just hard to put the right one there. Even with this world, it's nothing, as you see, nothing. So, and this is doing the same, like that. Yeah, not working. And now I will remove all of them. All the grass that is just messing here. So this is grass. And then just selecting. Let's select all. Not single. I think I'm missing this one also. Okay, and this one also here and here. And where is this one? Okay. I will remove this. We have here also inside. And finally just painting. For that is this. Okay, no single instant. Not very well. Not deleting this. That's the only one that I'm planning to do. Undo this one, but it's ignoring. Okay, let's walk a bit on it and see how it looks from the player view. Jesus, so slow. Okay. Yeah, Unreal is being really laggy. As I say, I don't have enough RAM, but I don't want to restart. Then we need also those small stones around the map, and we need also the pebbles. Okay. For that we need this. We need to remove them. Yeah, this small one. Yeah, I think so. This small part is here too much, so that's why I was looking for trying to find a way to be not so this one, this step here, trying to bake maybe a curve or something. But seems to me the problem that I have is the terrain that I don't have enough resolution about vertices to really do something plain here. But yeah, we need to change this. Let's change right now. So let's try to maybe sculpt here. What can we do with that? Maybe reducing a bit here. Oops. Trying to do something plain. So and I will do smooth now, but the thing is just reducing a bit here. This part is almost plain, so we can just gain something here. And now I will do this smooth. I will do it bigger. Let's see how it looks now. I will reduce even a bit here. And then smooth. And we can also gain a bit more in this area, and then smooth again. I think now it's a bit better. Not so bending. Let's say here again, or we can just, of course we can just check here without this to see how it looks. That part is fine, and then this small here we can just do this small part also. So this is sculpting, no, this is smooth. And try again. And we have here also the old one. So here. Just a little bit here, and that's all, I think. Okay. Yeah, I like it also. Yeah, it looks better as it was. That's better to do as soon as possible, otherwise you are just painting, putting things, and then try to remove again, and then something is broken. So that is something to do as soon as possible. To say, later I will do, and then you will have a lot of problems. I have problems with another one, with another part of the trail here that was also so step, and later I have problems just redoing everything. And for example, like here right now, as you see, I have this grass floating. I see this one is just here floating, so I need to select and painting again. There's not this one. So the first thing that we need to do is just selecting all of this to delete. And it's even hard because it's not selecting this grass. You need to have really big here to cover this. Okay, and then I will just delete just in case that is also, I don't know, for some reason floating here. Seems to me that it is. Yeah, it's just weird. And what about this also? Just in case, we can just paint again. Okay. Not this painting. Oops. It's going really laggy because I don't have enough RAM. But I know if I'm just restarting, it will take really long. Like 20 minutes just for restarting because I don't have the RAM and all those swapping to the hard drive. So I'm just trying to avoid this. But it's not so easy to work. And now what I'm doing is just painting those pebbles. This also is here. Let's say. So this is just 3 GB over the one that I have physical already. So yeah, that's why it's swapping all the time and going so laggy. For that we'll use something smaller. You cannot see much of them because the sun is also too high, but I will just change the lighting right now and you will see a lot of them, or not a lot, but a lot that I'm painting, but you cannot see them. So I think it's really fine. Let's change the lighting, maybe do something like 8 in the morning, maybe 9. Okay, you see a few of them, of course, not a lot, but you can see a few of them in the path. What we need to do is also adding small stones, not big rocks but small ones. So let's add also this small rock. Let's get single instance and this layer here. This one is so small. Okay. This is better to put a few of them because it's just taking care about the cluster distance. So in that case, if you don't have much, you will see all the time the lot 2 or 3, which looks really square, not nice. So that's why you need to put a few more. Will be looking nicer, and it's not a big problem with the performance. So what I want to do is select this grass manually and remove it. That's all. And now I will modify them manually because they are not looking well. Well, that's not perfect, but at least some stones. And paint again. Single layer environment. Oops, so small. I want to create something bigger. Let me remove. Okay. This is also under the ground. The thing is that the stones have a bit longer the cool distance, otherwise you can see so you see when they are popping, and in that case you have longer distance than the grass, so you see that the stones are there long. So let me show you here. You see here, for example, the grass covering them. They are not, you're just going closer. See, the grass is coming. So you can see the stones along. And then coming, you have grass around. That's fine. We have a lot of them already. I have been uploading today a lot of videos from the streamings on YouTube that I was just missing because I was missing the thumbnail and the description and things like that, so I was just missing maybe 15 days already, so I was just uploading all of them today. So you want to check some of them. I have all the videos also on Twitch in case that you are missing or you want to see any of the parts, and I was also labeling them what I was doing in every stream, so you can see the parts that I was doing this week. Okay, let's walk. The grass and the flowers, they don't have any baking light, but the stones, even the small ones, they have a baking light, so they look better when they are just baking. For example, this one, you see it just looking a bit better than the one that we are adding. It's a bit white, like washing, but they look a bit better later. Also the terrain, you have a lot of kind of strange things, artifacts, or I don't know, square here, but it will be also much better. Okay. Yeah, there's some grass that is maybe not well. This is the square. Let's change this. And also this one should be closer. The way here is really messing. And I think it's fine. It's just a small trail, so you know a lot of gameplay here, but something nicer to have. And I will change also the time of the day to have different lighting, even when it's not finished the baking. But you see, we are missing maybe some trees. I think we could just add a few trees. Okay. Yeah. Let's add a few trees. Which one? Maybe this. So should be single instance. Oh, thank you. I was just adding all the links all the time. I have also in the website. I have here the links on Twitch on the profile. I know that not much of the people is just reading this one. Also, that's why I'm putting this bot all the time with the reminder of the links that I have. You see here there, like this Twitter that you already know, the Discord channel, and you have also the YouTube channel with all the past streamings. I have like 100 already, I think, today. So I reached 100 already. This is too big, I think. Yeah, this is too much. So you can check all of them. Of course, I understand that it's not really so interesting just watching during hours for streamings, but the thing is, you can just check something that you are missing, or you can see some small part and not everything. But it's, anyways, just for reason there. Oh, no worries, really, no worries. It's just I was just creating because people was asking to support the game or something like that. But just being here and, for example, things like that with suggestions about, well, we could just add or just removing things like that. That's exactly what I was expecting, and that's why I'm doing the streamings, just to have this kind of feedback. For example, you have been also testing this demo, for example, which is really, I appreciate this. having here is just really low. So don't worry, I don't have also money, for example, for supporting other streamers or people like that. So yeah, it's just fine. No worries about this. Or is it maybe too much already? Maybe it's too much. So let's remove something. This one, or maybe this. On the video, this time lapse, of course, is not all the map, because I cannot add everything or just walking around for all the places that you have, but at least it's a main idea for people that is coming for the first time. They have an idea about the game and not only having like screenshots. So it's good. Well, you have been already playing this demo, so you have more idea about the game than just this small video. And this video was taking me really a lot of time because my computer is slow, just rendering all those pictures, and it's also it's 4K 60 frames per second, so it takes a bit of time, and also the configuring the keys. And I had problem in the last version of Unreal Engine, and was crashing most of the time this sequencer when I was just trying. So I was just upgrading to 418, where it was working perfect. All the sequences were working very well, so no problem at all, not crashing. But then I have a few problems that I need to fix for the game, just moving to this one. So that's why I was like 1 week just spending only on the video, and also of course just moving the game to the new engine. I didn't have a lot of problems, and mainly I was just missing one thing that someone found what was the problem. Otherwise I didn't find by myself. That was fine, and the video is nice. And the video was the if you check the Patreon page already, I have there, it's easier to find. You can find there that the video was just a showcase on the Epic Friday for November. So a lot of people was also coming from this video, and they are helping me with this the promotion of the game for Epic Games, which is also helping a lot for people, for example, like me, and just indie with no budget and being kind of alone, you know, so nobody knows me, but they are just promoting, just doing like on Twitter, or just for example this kind of videos with this Epic Friday. It's really doing promotion for small things, or just people being alone at home, so it's helping a lot. Okay, let's play game. I think the problem will be that coming from the another side of the hill, that the grass is not being painted, and you will see very well this path. But I don't know, I will think about this. How to do with the next hill not to see all the things back here. I will explain you what I mean. So if I'm going to the opposite way here, you see that you only see the rocks and the path. Can you see? That's just the distance for that. I'm just being something far from this one. You only see the big ones and the path. Otherwise, it's just okay. Now you just start saying, for example, this one. You don't see for a lot of distance. So let me see. Okay, this small two of them, they're just appearing, disappearing, of course, for the distance. So after a few distance you see completely empty path, but if you are just going closer you see all of them. If you go further you should be also losing this one, this stone, but they have, of course, they are bigger, so they have much bigger space. And also I have problem with the fog here. It's fine because you cannot go so far, so it's fine being inside of this square, but you are very far. So you see here the stone, and then disappear for some distance. So from the distance the path is not so nice as it is when you are closer. You see here. and we got the train here because I was just planning to finish this area when I have the rest of the path, but I didn't touch this area, so maybe I'm missing something here. That's fine. Yeah, I see the grass here, so we need to work a bit on it. Grass, all of them. Oops. No. I would like to have kind of because you can do here like a list, it's fine, but I would like to have kind of folders that you can just check the folder and uncheck the whole folder, and not like clicking 5 of them and then remove 5 of them to have stone and then 5 again. That's really not so easy, so I would like to have kind of folders here, but in the future, so that's fine. Yeah, what I want planning to do is just having this oops, no single instance. Okay. Just to be sure that we are deleting all of them and then painting later. Also, I don't want this here. Remove. And now painting. Nothing just in place current. Okay. Let's put a few flowers, it's always nice. This one. No more. Okay, here single instant, place here. Well, for Spanish people, I was doing this one last week, I think, and I was planning first of the part with English, but some people was requesting for Spanish, they don't understand well English, and I was explaining on Spanish how I did this grass, especially this one, the one that I'm just painting right now. So this one, I was just creating during the stream from the texture to the foliage completely. So if you are interested, or that's fine, you have also part of them in Spanish, but I did already the rest of the flowers I was doing on English for maybe a month ago or something like that. As I said, you can find it on the YouTube channel, how the flowers I was doing and all the steps for them, if you are doing your game or you are just interested in it. So let's do something bigger. Because I cannot see them, I think that they are a bit small, so we'll just remove them and paint the game bigger. Not this one. I see. Okay. Okay. Not all the grass is the same size around the map, so there are places where I have higher grass and other places are a bit smaller, so also the flowers need to be adjusted to the place where I'm just adding. The density is fine, so I'm just trying to use the same all the time, but that's perfect, because it's not really about Unreal Engine. I mean, I was doing the texture, the alpha map, and then I was doing on Blender the mesh that I'm using for that, adjusting for example this vertex paint, and after I was just moving to Unreal Engine when I was just painting the shader, using the shader to create this, and then create the foliage type, and then defining also the cool distance and things like that. So only a few steps that are really for Unreal Engine, but this is like 25% maybe. The rest of the things you can, of course, you can use in your project, and this is exactly the same, or supposed to be exactly the same that you are doing. So it doesn't matter really if it's just only Unreal Engine. I didn't use Unity, so I cannot say it's the same or not, how to do the same things in Unreal for Unity, but yep, I think could be interesting for people. Anyway, if any of you have any problem with English, just let me know and I will be explaining a few things in Spanish. Also, I was thinking that more people is coming for the streaming. Let me also, if you don't know yet, you should check this streaming, if I can find this. Hold on. If you don't know yet this streaming, you should check, because they are also doing a game in Unreal Engine, but they are Spanish and the channel is in Spanish. And a lot of people is coming from this channel lately, and I was thinking that maybe I could just do one day during the week, because I'm not planning to change my channel to Spanish. But I was thinking that maybe I could have one day on week every week on Spanish, and the rest of the streaming on English if it's interesting for people. I can do that. So during the time that I'm doing this Spanish, you can just ask, or I can just show things that I didn't explain, or I was explaining in English is not clear for any of you. So I just think this is a good idea and could be fine. Just let me know, because I'm thinking about this already, like putting maybe one day for Spanish people and the rest of the day is just English as usual. So maybe I will do it in the future, I'm not sure. I will also, I think I will ask also on Discord channel for people there. Not much Spanish people there, so I'm not sure if would be interesting for them or not. Because I can find for example Spanish people is coming and they cannot understand well I mean Spanish or South America. If they cannot understand well English where they are living, or they can afraid to asking things in English, I'm also explaining in English and they don't understand, so maybe they are not really participating a lot. And on the opposite one, during the time maybe speaking Spanish, people is coming from maybe speaking English and they feel afraid to stop me asking on English, and maybe they are leaving. So could be good to have maybe a day for English and a day for Spanish, or most of the days just for English. So you can take this day, because usually it's not people coming every single day to the streaming, but from time to time, you know. Yeah, exactly. They have been there. Yeah. Yeah, I know a few of them already. I'm just following them and helping them, and that's the reason that some of them were coming here, because they came from Unity and they have few questions about Unreal Engine. They have been using less time than me, so they were asking me a few things, and that's the reason I was explaining them in Spanish during the streamings, a few things that here. So yeah, so that's why I was thinking that maybe for people with questions could be easy to have Spanish streamings, you know. So that's the question that I'm doing. One thing that I want to do is okay, I think that the trail is fine. I'm not working on it anymore. I mean, it's fine enough. In the future, if I see that something not going well, I will just touch a few things. Not much. What I'm doing now is just trying to bake this lining, but I'm not sure that I'm doing right now. What I want to do is restart the editor, going so slow. Let me check the streaming is, well, it's almost 2 hours already, 1 hour 40. I'm not sure if I will start something already, or I mean I can just walk a bit or show you. If you have any question, want to see what I did, for example, the last week or last 2 weeks. This one is still missing, it's not finished, but I was doing a few progress on that already. That's why I have here just to check about the front and back easily, and also according to the lightning, to the sun. And this is the new area that I was just planning to do for the manor house here. And this is the area for farming, will be communal farming here. So when I finish all of those parts, I will just open this one, or be just bigger one. And I need to remove this one also, creating new mountains, things like that. But more or less is working. So let me check what I did last week. I think they are also doing streaming. This group that I was just talking, they are doing streaming every single day, also from Monday to Friday, and they are doing there are small thing, and they are doing, one guy is doing the modeling, another one is doing the music, another is doing the level design and things like that. So you can also check, they have the schedule there with the things that they are doing, you know. So that's fine. So what I did this week, let me check what I did this week. I'm just checking about the videos that I was doing. I was just doing this small bench here, and also another one, also a small one, I don't remember, trying to find this if I have ready. I don't know. Okay, I will just check here. Messes, furniture, chairs, no, benches. Okay, so I did this small one and also this one, just to introduce a few variations on furniture, because I have a few of them, but I'm repeating all the time, so that's too much. I did also the cross that you see in the trail, or this one, which is the same, and this is connected with the brace, so they are interactive crosses. And you see that the player can be pray here, because I was also adding this one, this let me full screen. I was adding, we have this tiredness ready, and I was adding also this religion indexes, exactly saying and words like the time is passing, you are losing this religion and need to be praying or going to the church and things like that. So that's why I was introducing this small cross, so you have places around the map that you also can pray during the gameplay and increase this value, not only in the charts. So there are a few options, and also I was including this hungry, which is also working with bread, for example here, so you can eat things like that, like vegetables or bread, and this is increasing. So for example, this onion bread, we can eat this one and then increase here. I need to change the icon, but I mean it's just eating, so that's working. And this is one for the religion, it's working exactly the same like sleeping or farming, things like that. So when you do that, you have this coming here, this is the index here, and this is increasing here. You can cancel or just wait until the end. So this is working exactly the same as working with the actions. And about the hungry that I was just adding here, I will just show you if we can work on the farm. Not sure. Can we just plant here? Okay, we can plant. Because you are just planting and you want to farm, you are farming, you have the same, you have both of them, because during that you are farming you will be more tired and also more hungry, so that's why you have both indicators on screen during the action that you are having, you know? So that's fine. And what more, more things that I have been doing. This cross the trail, the platform, yeah, new flowers. I was also doing during this week the benches on the church. I did already the model, but I was improving the blueprint code, so the NPCs are just coming and sitting here on the benches for the mass. So it was also improving and working a bit better. I was just refactoring a few things. I was also creating a new chair that I can just show you here. I was just creating this one. This is quite simple, but having some detail. The thing is, most of the furniture, everything that I'm doing at the moment, need to be for just serve. So I mean, people like don't have much money and not really for the king or things like that. So everything need to be wooden and quite simple. So that's why I have a little detail, but not much. And what more, I was just working also during this week on level design, so I was adding a lot of props. For example, this area here, a few things here. I was adding also on this path here with a few props, completing for example this area with stones here, the another one here also. You cannot see much about the time of the day, but I can change this to something like that. Yeah, so you can see I have a few things here. I was also adding a few props here, and all of them are interactive, so they are just blueprints that you can just sit on them. So I have here also. I was also working on this part with a few things more here, introducing a few variations about the props that I have with different materials and things like that. Just completing a few things that I'm missing here, you see. So a few things like that I was also creating for the level, just adding a few things that I was just doing. Improving also about the doors. I was had a problem with the demo that you can just walk on doors, and if the NPC is just going crossing the door, you can just walk very close and then go inside even if the door is closed. I was just fixing this one, and now it's impossible to move with the NPCs at the same time. I was also putting furniture inside of a few houses that were completely empty, so I was just completing with a few things that they have, furniture, some benches, shelves, and things like that. There are a few houses still empty. For example, this one is empty, this one is still empty, you know. But oh, that's great, thank you. I'm trying to put a lot of things, but thinking about right now, you don't need to be in the Middle Age, but right now if you go to old town or a small town, you are not having completely empty places, but they are just using kind of rabbits or just for example wood or stones or things like that. So I'm trying to put everything very busy, and that's why I was thinking to make bigger the map, because I need to put more things, and I don't have much space already, because I'm not planning to put houses so close. But for example, here you have the kind of street here, so this is one of the ways, and then it's going this way, and you have also this small street here. And I was completing also maybe 15 days ago, I was just completing all those paths I was also missing. So I was just completing the paths here all around, and a few more of them. So yeah, so all of those things as you see here, a lot of paths, just to put like a real one in that place. I think that they are having a lot of paths like that. So yeah, I was just completing a few things like that you cannot really see in the map. I mean, there's nothing that you can see or appreciate much, but just completing a few things like that. And for example, creating more furniture, different one. I was just replacing some of them to have a few more variation on none of them. Otherwise, just repeating all the time the same furniture is not really so realistic. And another thing that I was doing, I was just changing the bell already. I'm waiting just to move. So I was also here with the bell was so big for this small place, so I was just redoing a bit nicer the surface that I have, and I was doing much smaller than it was in the past. So everything is working as before, but just the bell is more realistic with the real size for them, and the interior is also a bit better. to be more matching the real one and not just so big as it was in the past. So I was just doing a few things like that, and I was introducing also a couple of women already. They're not so well, and also I have problem with this idle animation that is broken. I need to replace this idle animation, but they are already even working. So let me show you female, and I think this should be, yeah, this, and also this one. So if I play, they will be playing, walking already. I did already. I click play, but it's just going really slow. So you see they have the animation for walking already. Of course it's the same animation for them, but yeah. So I'm still missing, for example, they are just sitting, but the idle animation is a bit broken. I need to fix this. Well, it's kind of placeholder for all of them, so it's not a big problem. And what more do I did last week? Yeah, and flip flowers, I was just completing, more or less I was completing the map to be not so empty. I was just working, for example, on flowers, a few areas with more flowers here, for example, that I didn't have in the past, and yeah, completing a few things that are not missing but not so nice. So I was just completing with different flowers from different places. I was also improving the grass and the debris that I have here, as you see, with different colors. For example, here the debris I was just improving a bit with different variation about the flowers that I have. So in case that, for example, you see this yellow, it's just matching or having two different variations between white and yellow and all the middle. So we have more of them. For example, this one is blue and violet, so you have also variations and things like that. Here you can maybe see if I change the time of the day to something like that. You see that even blue, you have different color of blue here, as you see. So this is something like that's blue, but a few variations about the flowers that you really don't appreciate a lot, but you see that it's more realistic than just having completely exactly the same color. So a few things like that that you don't see, or it is completely new, but the overall of the game is just being a bit better, more realistic, nicer, and things like that. So that's why I'm just working a few things that you don't maybe see or notice if you are coming from time to time. You see that it's more or less exactly the same, but yeah, it's being a bit more details for things like that. Or for example, this area also you have different flowers also. Yeah, really not a lot, but a few things, just improving. And also the last week, I think the last week I was also doing this affiliate. I'm still waiting for the icons, so I hope that in the future, maybe next week, we can use already our icons. I have custom icons according to the game, and you can see some of the, for example, the shield or the symbol for the logo that I was just creating an icon, but I don't have yet. But I hope we will have later, so we can use our own icons just for the chat here. Also paying affiliate, I was just removing, I'm not streaming anymore on YouTube. If any of you were just watching in the past from YouTube, I'm not I was using this stream to streaming in both of them, but I'm not doing anymore, so I will be only in Twitch at the moment. Oops, here are a lot of them. I think I was just painting here with this single instant. I was just painting all the flowers all together. Now let me see. Some of them I can remove some of them. I will just remove some of them. Also this red one. Okay. Yeah, I think here I think I have the same problem. For example, here with saying having some of them duplicated. That's fine. That's fine. So I think that's the everything for today. If you have any question, you want to see any other part, or some of the things that I have been doing during the last week, or more detail, you are coming from time to time, just let me know. Otherwise, I will just finish streaming here today. It's already 2 hours. I will do maybe tomorrow in the evening, so it means like I will start maybe 3 or 4 hours later than the current time where you are. It doesn't matter. I will do tomorrow, and on Monday I will come again to my normal schedule, just to change for the weekend. So it's also good for people from USA that they have problems with the morning, my mornings, that they are just in the midnight, and that during the weekends maybe they can just also join here. So that's when I'm just checking. Oh, perfect. But anyways, you have any questions, you know that you can find me on Discord, and of course I can just explain everything that you need. Any of you, of course, everyone is welcome. So don't forget about checking all the links that I have. I will just put here again, links. I will upload later the videos to YouTube, all the streaming, and you can check all the past streaming already from the last year. I have also a Discord channel if you want to join there, and more picture on Twitter and website. If you want to support the channel, you can use Patreon, donate, or even being here like donating cheers bits, or just being a subscriber from, I don't know, Prime, or let's say another one, I don't know, Twitch, something like that. It's something. Okay, so thank you everyone for coming. Hope you enjoyed, learned something, and hope to see you next time again here. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.